love. Lavina, Poetic, Empress, coming at you with a taste of Lamante, the poet. Tasty Sunday loves, how you guys doing tonight? You know how I like to get this party started with Deepest Thoughts by Lavina, Expressions by Lavina, My Dirty Little Secret, and Emotional by Lavina. All 4 books are available on my website, atasteoflavinapoeticempress.com, or on Amazon. So let me see if my guest is in the building. Let me send a request to get this baby going. I know I have had some fun already today. I was hula hooping earlier, yes, on my other page. It was so much fun. So it was hula hoop and poetry with a real campaign. He's gonna come on the show in April, so you guys gotta look out for that flyer. But it was a really nice show. So if you want, well, I don't like to say if you want, please check out my page. Always choose to love yourself more. That show is geared more towards health and working out and, you know, just all things good. Yeah, that's what it is. So I release also Supreme Blackness for the Supreme Male and Supreme Female. Recently, check that out, guys. Check out the video. Share the video. Thank you. I appreciate that. And my guest is here, I believe. In a minute. I think my guest is here. Hold on, guys. There we go. Lamante, I just sent you another invite. If you cannot get on that way, send me an invite to come in the room, and I'll bring you on that through your invitation for the room. Hey, you got to move something, do something, get off your butt and work that body. Work that body. Yeah, I'm still feeling my earlier show. It was really, really good. A real campaign. He's a gifted and talented young man. I totally enjoyed having a conversation with him earlier today. Lamante, let me know if you cannot get in the room, or if you cannot come in through the invitation I sent, send me an invitation to come into the room, which would be to hit the plus sign, the little camera with the plus sign in it. What is saying? I don't see you. Lamante, send me an invite to come into the room because we're having some tech stuff going on with Instagram tonight. Not sure what that is all about, but it is a little after 5. And the people want to see you on the screen. They want to hear what you have to say. Yes, they want to hear some of that poetry from Lamante. Let's go. Hello, Mr. William Washington. What's up, one on poetry? How are you doing tonight? Mr. Washington is the one of the gray beards for the Gray Tour. Is that right, Mr. Washington? And he also has a show weeknights at 7 p.m. Okay, Lamante, I'm going to attempt this again to get you in the room. Yes, Mr. Washington, it is. He says it is the Gray Beards, and he's on tour with the Gray Beards. Now, Mr. Washington, are you coming southward anytime soon? Are you guys traveling southward with your show? with you guys show. It's you, it's Mr. William Washington. Um, oh goodness, Samuel Raines, Sir Lawrence, and I'm not sure of the other man who was with you guys. I apologize. But I do know it's you three, and it's a fourth person. I just don't know his name. I hope much success with that. I know it's super fantastic, and I'm sure the ladies are loving on you guys. Okay, he's on it. Lamonte, please send me a request to come into the room. There's a little camera at the bottom of the screen. Push that plus button, and it'll say that you want to be invited into the room, and I can bring you on that way. Since I can't get you into the room on me sending you an invitation. So, sweetheart, just press the little camera. It has a plus in it, and I'll bring you in that way. Please. Now, you guys, I don't know, maybe it's my thing, is if anyone else is in the room, can you press the plus button with the camera in it so I can see if it's actually working? Maybe something going on with Instagram tonight and people aren't able to join that way. So that's always, it's always, sometimes it's just tech stuff that is going on. So we'll see. There we go. Let's see. Oh, well, Mr. Washington, yes, it worked for you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. So, Lamonte, please press the little camera button at the bottom of the screen that has a plus inside of it. And that way I can bring you in the room that way. Now, Mr. Washington, I don't know if you're available to talk about your tour and some of the things you've been doing. Would you like to come into the room? I know it's not what you plan, but sometimes you're prepared to come into the room. If you're prepared to come into the room, you're more than welcome to come in and chat about a little bit about your tour with the Gray Beard. Because I'm not sure what's going on with Lamont today. Um, okay, well, you guys, it looks like I might not have a show today. Wow. Hmm. Okay. I'm going to attempt to, I'm going to send you one more invitation. Azar, would you like to pop into the room tonight, sweetheart? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Not sure, guys, what's going on. I might not have a show tonight. Let me see. Let me see. Who else might possibly be in? Oh, wait. I'm pushing the wrong buttons, guys. Wait a minute. Let me see. Not sure if you're. Uh, okay. Let's see what's going on. Okay, guys. Um, okay. If anyone is in the audience and you would like to pop in the room tonight, please press the camera button with the plus sign in it, and I'll bring you up. Otherwise, boo-hoo. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to accept both of you guys. How about that? What does it? It's saying I have 3 guests. And it's just me on the
I
screen.
don't never let nobody goddamn.
Hello, 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 Mr. Azar King. I got a fan of flames because you on fire here lately, honey.
I'm just a particle in time doing what I was placed here to do. Don't let
I know
nobody
that's
don't let
right.
nobody stop you from goddamn on still being the best of you, man. If they ain't show up, they ain't show up. Still do you. If you gotta get up here and spit by yourself, still do
Listen,
you because it's all still work. It's
yes,
still building your brain. It's still building your energy. So don't let nobody slow down your momentum, man. Regardless if they're here or not. You showed up though. You showed up for
yes,
yourself, and
yes,
that's
yes,
the most
yes,
important thing that you showed up for yourself.
yes.
You feel me?
Thank you, Mr. Washington. Oh my God, I got, wait a minute. I got two gods on the screen,
I'm
honey.
trying to get some of that gray in my beard like him. You know what I'm saying?
You got a young guard and an old guard.
Listen,
Yeah.
honey,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
And both of them are fire, honey. I don't know. This thing might
Hey,
blow up tonight.
hey, no, no, I'm not doing too much tonight, man. But listen, congratulations on your show. You know, I mean, I I didn't even know you changed your dates.
Well, I had to because I had to get a job for a
Oh,
little while.
I
I'm rushing
understand.
home on Tuesday nights. I'm talking about what? She didn't have a show. What? They canceled the show.
No, no,
And
no. We had to change
yeah.
the
Hey,
date.
that's what happened when you get old. That's what happened. Hello, Azar. How you
Hey,
doing, brother?
man, you know me, man, just being a goddamn tornado and dropping down
Hey,
wherever I drop down and making chaos
Listen.
where I can.
listen, I was looking for that suit you was wearing. I couldn't find it in my
Well,
size. So
but look,
Wasn't he
they said
playing
that's
it in the boarding house?
you know
Honey,
the
yes,
crazy
he
thing
was.
about it? I had it in I hadn't wore a suit since like '96. And
no.
so I'm in there and I'm like, dang, what should I get? And I'm just like, you know what? I like this. I like this style. And the dude is a Nigerian dude. So if you know anything about Nigerian tailors, you don't have to tell them nothing when it comes to tailoring. They're gonna get the
Right.
measurements and they're gonna have that thing fit in your body the way they're supposed to be fitting. You know what I'm saying? I already had the fedoras and the scarves and things like that. But yeah, man, and it was old heads that was walking up at me at the wedding. It was like, yo, bro, that suit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that thing
Yeah.
was sweet. I said, look at that for
Hey,
Dan.
I'm trying to
Honey,
man,
tell
you were so sharp. You made Samuel Wayne Benjamin go look for the suit. I said, Sam, don't try it. I said, don't even. I said, brother, don't try it. It ain't gonna fit the same, brother. It ain't gonna fit the same.
listen. And it was so, it said who you are. It spoke about who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what I loved about it. I was like,
I
that is
appreciate it.
so
'Cause I
him.
was skeptical. I was like, and you know, because I'm seeing all these other men, and to me, in my opinion, the suits that they had on, I was like, damn, maybe I ain't. So it kind of put me at ease when, because you know, like for a man, when I was growing up, for another man to come and compliment you, it was hard for you to take. For me, that's not the same in my case. So
Mhm,
for men to come to me and say, hey, bro, like, and I'm younger than them, and I know they're, 50, 60 plus,
mhm,
and they said to me, like, hey,
mhm,
brother, you did a good job. And in them shoes, oh, yeah,
mhm.
you did a good job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that let me know that even though I'm young, I'm still dressing appropriately for myself.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Amen.
So,
Amen. It comes with the territory. I got lazy as a poet. So I used to be a guy that was always in suits, right?
mhm.
When I was out there talking that talk. But then when I got into the performance poetry thing, open mics and all that, oh, okay, I started with dashikis and t-shirts and jeans. I mean, that was all that the dress attire code was, unless you was the feature.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I just got lazy, man. I got to the point as you get older, I'm like, well, I got to dress up. You know, I ain't going
I
to
think
church
it's hard
today.
for me to get
Yeah,
out of that because my mama,
yeah,
I thank my mama that she stayed on me about the whole sagging thing. So I never was the kid that sagged. I
right.
was never the kid that went and bought baggy clothes. So even when I was young, if y'all seen that baby picture that I posted when I was 5 years old, you'll see that that's always how I've been groomed to dress. So I didn't never get caught up in, oh, I'm about to go out here and wait in line to buy these 200 something pair of shoes.
Mhm.
No, you know what? Oh, they got Roses, they got Walmart, You know what I'm saying? They got Rosses now. They got Marshalls. They got Hammocks. They got H&M. They got Route 20. These places, I can go and spend $200-300 and probably get me 5 or 6 outfits and still look like I spent $700-800 on that one outfit.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the suit is probably the most expensive thing that I've spent money on thus far when it comes to clothes.
You know, the clothing sometimes changes your whole
It
mindset.
changes
Anytime
energy
I got
now.
dressed up, yeah. Every time I got dressed up, I felt like I was pimping. I knew I was the flyest motherfucker in the room. But, you know, it gets you in trouble because, you know, sometimes the aura, how you look, get you in trouble with the ladies. They want that. And you might be going there just to do poetry. They'd be like, You know, I had
I'm
them
a
old ladies
virgin. I
after
don't
me
know nothing
in
about that.
Atlanta.
I'm
Hey,
a
look,
virgin.
I'm 64 now, and I had them old bibbies after me. They were 70s, 80s, blind, crippling, crazy. Talking about, come on over here, young man. Come on.
I ain't gonna
I
lie
said,
though.
Lord.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I am striving to be. You know when R&B back in the day, when they used to get on stage and them women used to throw them things up there. You remember how goddamn motherfucking Eddie Kane had that girl in that chair? She was wiggling, getting down in the seat when I want to be like that when it comes. I want
Yeah.
jokers to faint for
Oh,
me
you want to
too.
be a Teddy Pendergrass?
Hey, more like
Yeah. Yeah.
Jodeci without the abuse. Ooh yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I'm gonna tell you, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really gonna be saying
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who the smoothest cat for me was? Believe it or not, Al Green. Al Green
Mm-hmm.
was that was the man, man. Everybody wanted to be smooth like Al.
Barry
You
White was
know?
my man. That's who I
Oh
was
yeah, that's another
vibing.
one.
Barry White.
That's
It was Barry White and Gerald Levert. Them two right there.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me,
That's
it was Al, Al Green was my guy. The rest of them was cool, but Al Green was my guy,
He said
man. And Al, as
dating
a matter
white
of fact,
women.
Al and Gil Scott Heron, those were my two cats, and they were completely different. You know, Gil Scott was that revolutionary, and Al was that, you know, ladies man. Hey, baby, what's up, baby? How you doing, baby? You know, so that was it for me because it was
Definitely.
both sides of me at the time. You know, I ain't saying I led two lives, but I did have two personalities. You know, some days I could be smooth, and some days I could be talking about Black Power. You know, so it
It
depends
happened
on what I
like
was
that.
wearing that day.
It
Yeah,
happened like that.
yeah, yeah,
You know. But
that's what's up. Now,
yeah.
share with me, Mr. Washington, about your tour. It's you, Samuel Raines, Sir Lawrence, and who's the fourth person?
Mr. Speaker, Mr. James Speaker,
James Speaker. Okay.
Mr. Speaker is his stage name. You
Okay.
know, but yeah, James Sears. I think he
Mm-hmm.
was on your show. I'm not sure if he was on your show or not. I think he might have been.
No,
No?
he hasn't been on my show now.
Oh, oh, because you know all them light skinned cats look alike, so you
You
might have
know
forgot.
what?
But
You always being slick throwing stuff in.
no, I owed him that. But listen, the tour was amazing because it was a rarity. You don't see four men over 60 years of age on one stage unless they're a classic soul group,
or
and
they're in
that
nursing
wasn't
homes.
us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that part. But yeah, so it was a rarity that not just the women our age, and the men also, not the women and men our age, but those young ladies and men, they was into it. They wanted to hear what somebody that could be their grandfather had to say about love and romance. And
Exactly.
they was on every when I went to every one of us had a venue that we did well in. Some people did well in two of the venues. Like so when I went to Atlanta, I did well because that was my age group, that was my thing, you know, and I was ready for that. I was ready for them. But when I went to Tennessee, I was totally unprepared for the younger crowd with the Poetic spoken. So I said what I'm going to do is forget all that love, excuse my language, all that love stuff, and I was going to come out and just do me. And it worked
Right.
to perfection because they loved it, man. I talked about broken hearts. I talked about all that lickies, you know, all that stuff. Everything I did that night, they just loved it, man. I mean, it was special for me.
You gotta know
The,
It
how
made
to
me feel young.
perform. You
Yeah,
gotta know how to
yeah.
be able to be swift and
yeah,
change.
he knows how to work the
Yeah,
room.
you gotta be
Oh,
swift
He
and
knows how
changeable, man.
I,
Because
to work the room. Yeah.
hey, man, you know, Azar, it was so funny because in Atlanta, I was ready for it. I was properly attired and everything. I brought a suitcase full of some of the flyest stuff I ever brought in my life.
right,
And now with the diabetes, I lost 40 pounds because of my diabetes and taking that metformin. So I was able to fit stuff in my closet from back in the day. Did you know after the Atlanta show, it was so successful, everybody was so hyped, we were supposed to all be getting on the getting loaded up on the van for Tennessee. But it has, so everybody had so much stuff that I'm thinking they loaded my bag. We had people that was loading the bags. My shit was in Atlanta, and I'm all the way halfway to Tennessee. I was like, oh my God. I mean, it just came over me. I was bugging. So I did the rest of that tour with what I had on and what I had my little carry-on. But it humbled me. I cried a little bit, but then it humbled me because I had to remember it's the word. So when I went to Tennessee in my Lee jacket with Lee jeans on, good thing I did have a little pair of old shoes that I walk around in that I used to use for slippers. I put it back, and it worked. They didn't care what I had on. They just wanted to hear the word. They was like, "What?"
When I first started this, like doing this virtually, right? It was in a time that I was going through. I mean, when I say I was going through hell, truck had them broke down a whole nother town. I was stuck, you know what I'm saying? And I only had a limited amount of clothes, a limited amount of shoes. But, I still continue just to say, you know what? I still got my life. I still got my energy. So this ain't going to be like this forever. You know what I mean? And I just, like you know what I mean? You guys we got to always remember that there's somebody that was older than you, right? That when they walk to school, they ain't had on a pair of shoes, but they still walk to school.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's the same thing because we striving as individuals to change the narrative through what we do every day. And sometimes it's going to cause, we may not have a penny in our pocket and our gas tank may be damn near on E, but the spirit is calling you and say, hey, but we need you to over here right now to do this. Don't worry about the gas. Don't worry about the clothes. We're going to take care of it, but we need you over here right now to be one of our soldiers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what we got to remember, that we all got a duty to do when it comes to what we've been blessed with this, people call it talent. I call it the scriptures of us. This is your scripture. This is your scripture. This is my scripture. You feel me? And we writing history with it. And we have to ask ourselves, what are we striving to write? What do we want the youth behind us, whether it's, even when it's erotic, you know what I'm saying? How do we want them to come up in this?
Yes.
Because it's an art to it, not just about talking about, my this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, how are you going to deliver this?
Right.
That part. And that comes, I'm sorry, Lavina, I'm sorry. But that comes with the showmanship aspect. Because remember, I mean, I talked for years and I asked God to forgive me years ago, and every day actually, but years ago I asked him to forgive me for what used to come out my mouth. Because I was so talented when it came to talking that talk that I forgot that talk is heard by a lot of people other than my crowd, my intended audience. And one day my niece told me, "Oh, Uncle William, that was horrible." And I said, "What?" I got standing ovations. She said, "No, but you got to remember, we hear that. We see you on, and that's not how we want our uncle to be, our sound." And so I could have just told the girl, "Mind your business," but I took it to heart. I said, if she felt that way, what about the other young people in the audience? So I asked for forgiveness and tempted myself. But recently, before the tour even started, I was given the word that I need to talk. They need to hear me, because poetry was lacking that elder statesman, so to say. So I can do my stuff, my progressive stuff, and I can also talk to the women the way old men talk to them sometimes. Older men talk to them sometimes.
It's about having that balance, because I by no means am I clean cut when it comes to, because I'm always going to speak me, but I'm knowing that some rooms is not for me to speak in the same manner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you what was a recognition for me. Like, I had Zoom, and so my profile picture was like I had smoke coming from my mouth. I got invited to this stopping the pipeline of prison youthful poetry event right through a Zoom meeting. And so I logged in, and I'm excited, and then I got kicked out, and I'm like, well, damn, like, did I do something wrong? And so they reached out to me and they said, it wasn't that you said or did anything wrong, but you got to remember this is the youth, so we don't want no smoking, none of that stuff in it. So I was like, mm, okay. So now I got to know how to navigate, because to me that was something prominent that I wanted to be involved in, and that profile picture stopped me from being where I could be a voice, especially a voice as somebody that's been there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That profile picture stopped me from that. So I had
Because
to reorchestrate, right?
appearance matters. You know
Because
what
they
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
Remember,
See,
people going to judge you based on their first
right,
impression
right.
about
So
you.
they
When they
don't know me
see
now.
you, what you bring, what you say, yes, it
If they had known
matters.
me
And that's why
5 years and they would have seen that picture, they'd be like, "Oh, that's just Azar. That's just what he do." But we know what he do. But being that this
Right.
is your first time being introduced, it's like, "Oh, no, we ain't even with that." Like, I
Mhm.
don't care if he is. His picture alone is saying this is not the energy that we want in the room,
Yes.
Exactly.
and you gotta
Azar,
respect that.
I understand what you're saying, because I don't like doing erotic pieces if there's children there. I'm like,
Right. Right.
these children shouldn't be here. This is for adults, not children. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know they hear stuff and they see stuff on TV, but I'm representing something different. You
Definitely.
know, when I go into the room, if you tell me it's an adult event, I'm going to bring adult material. You
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
know, if it's children there, I'm adjust it and boom, do something else. But I need to know that up front. Don't just
That's why.
throw me into the lion's den, you know,
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
say,
That's
oh,
why
you can still
when
do
I feature, I'm very specific where I
it.
feature and the rules of that feature. I always ask these guys, okay, the money is good, but what kind of crowd, what kind of audience, you're gonna have? What you want me to do? Because Azar know, and Lavina, I know, I've seen you perform. Poets are flexible. A lot of poets we can come different ways.
Right.
So I don't think it's harmful for any poet to demand of the person that's featuring them to know the rules. You got to tell me the rules. I don't want to ever study for 2 or 3 weeks because I can't go off the head. I
Right.
studied my
Well,
stuff before I feature.
I can't
Exactly.
sit around it. I
Right,
can't go off the head. But I done been to
right.
Yeah.
But you,
I done been to places where I didn't ask the rules. I got up on it. I was cursing like a sailor. It was like, and after I got the mic, it was like, "Bruh, I commend you." And I'm like, "Commend me for what?" Because you're the first person that broke the rules and started cursing them. I was like, "Oh snap!" Like I didn't know.
yeah,
Like ain't nobody tell me nothing. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Man.
Like you gotta tell me because I'm gonna go in.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. But they have to respect you as an artist. So, and as an
Yeah.
artist, I can look in the room. If I see a child, even if they told me, okay, you can go in, Mr. Washington. This is an adult. If I see a woman or a man with their child, I'm going to ask them. I think you might want to take your child out of here because this is adult language. So if they say, "No, don't worry about it, bro," then hey, I ain't worried about
I done been in that position too where I didn't know
yeah,
there was no children
yeah.
in the room, and I started doing a erotic piece. And so when I'm going back and look at the video, I'm seeing parents grabbing their kids and pulling them out.
I
I'm
saw
like,
that video. I saw that video. She ran out there. She grabbed her daughter and said, "Not today, little woman." Her daughter wanted to stay. The daughter wanted to stay. She was like, bring your little tail on here. She flew out there. That was in South
but
Carolina,
yeah,
right?
but
Yeah.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know
Yo, I cracked up. Yo, I cracked up. She said, as soon as you said 2 words, I don't even remember what you said. She said, "Oh no." She grabbed her daughter by the collar and pulled
I
her.
said, I never been the type to pick at you, but I'll shock your ass like Pikachu. Like
Boy, she grabbed her daughter. Her daughter trying to stay. She grabbed that little heifer. She said, "Come on over here." No.
She probably was like, Mommy, he talk about Pikachu.
that's what
Hey,
it was
She was
hey,
saying.
like,
It was
nope,
like, yo,
no, he not.
we was like, we'll never look at Pikachu or
no,
something.
Okay.
no, never again. Never
She
again.
said,
But I'm
let
gonna tell
me
you,
find that
I'm
video.
gonna tell
He shot it
that
up.
that little girl heard that language before. So some of these parents are so sanctimonious because they curse more than sailors at home,
Right,
and then want to get out and talk about, "Oh, you can't say that in front of my daughter, please."
right,
They hear that every
right,
day. Not
right.
all of them, but I'm just saying. You know, come on. These little kids are grown. I hate to
Yeah,
say it, but
Yeah.
they grown.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
I done
another thing.
handles
I
one.
ain't gonna talk about that. I ain't even gonna
I,
talk about that.
I, and can I say this? Because I just not made a video about it, but I want to say this publicly. I feel like this. Everybody is celebrating that these black officers is getting. They celebrating. Yeah, right. You see how fast it happened. But why can't we get the same goddamn momentum when it comes to these white officers?
Never. Hey,
No,
listen.
but nobody's looking at that though.
Speaking of
Everybody's
that,
looking
the
at the fact
white
they're
officer
getting.
that pepper sprayed him, the white officer that pepper sprayed the man still ain't been mentioned. Still ain't been fired. still ain't been
You
suspended.
feel what I'm saying?
And
And,
the same incident.
and so that's what I'm saying. Like we as a melanated culture got to get out of the habit of celebrating things that is not just that as at all. It's them
Exactly.
saying we still keeping the narrative going that it's okay for us to prosecute, kill, diminish, eliminate black people, but we gonna keep on goddamn on keeping ours safe because it's the same scenario. The white folks got body cam, the black folks got body cam. What's the difference? You feel what I'm saying? So
The
Mm-hmm.
difference is white cops can turn theirs off and just tell
but
you some old excuse.
even with the
You know?
ones that didn't turn theirs off, they
Yeah,
still
yeah.
walking free and they still
Yeah,
getting
that's true.
paychecks.
That's
And I
true.
firmly
That's true.
believe that if you're a cop who has been involved in these matters, the same way you do me, where now that I'm a convicted felon, I can't possess no firearm. You should not be able to possess no firearm no more ever again, neither.
There it
You know
is.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Same
yeah,
rules should apply.
yeah,
Same rules should apply. Your pension should be snatched. You shouldn't be getting no more money from the government. You
yeah,
need to be in McDonald's flipping burgers. That's what the hell you
yeah.
did.
Hey man,
You know what
listen,
I'm saying?
it goes without saying, but I know you like to get deep, so I'm gonna leave that alone. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. I'm chilling. You ain't gonna have me start no revolution tonight. I'm gonna leave that.
That
It ain't about a
revolution.
revolution. It ain't about a revolution. It's just the fact that
Right.
now that I'm a father, I don't really walk in fear. Before I had a kid, I ain't walking no fear. Now that I got a kid, I walk in fear of what could happen to her.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hey,
That,
listen,
that
man.
that
Yeah.
totally changes your mindset when you have a child. Totally.
Listen, I
Now
got
wait a
a
minute.
daughter. Yeah, yeah.
Be listening.
I want both of you to share with us tonight because, well, first of all, I want to say thank you to both of you because what you were talking about poetry and giving us some jewels about when we go to perform and things of that nature. That's why I love both of you. And that's why I really love Mr. Washington, because Mr. Washington, he's been out there, he's been doing this thing. He is phenomenal.
Long
He
time,
has been
long
out,
time.
and so does Azar. But Mr. Washington is more seasoned, so he gets to the nitty gritty of the thing. And I just love that. And you're a phenomenal speaker and things of
Well,
that nature. And like you said, you're how old, Mr. Washington?
I'm 64, but let me
Yeah.
just say this. I appreciate your kind words, but even cats like me, I look up to guys like Azar. The younger,
Yes.
I want to know I want to know what the age limit right under me, somebody that could be my son. I want to know what they thinking, and that
Mm-hmm.
helps me out with what I got to say. Because
Well, wait a
I've been to
minute.
so many places where I sound like the old Negro in the room, and everybody was talking about what's happening currently. I'm still talking about Malcolm and Emmett Till. I'll be like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Tell me about the
Wait a
streets.
minute.
I
I'm
want
gonna
to know
get.
red cap, blue
Hold
cap.
on.
I want to know
I'm gonna
what's
get to
all
the
that.
young blood. I'm gonna get to the young blood because the young blood right there
Yeah,
is off
yeah, man.
the chain.
Yeah, he
Do you
is,
understand
man.
what I'm saying?
He is. He is.
So, and what I'm saying to you is, so to have both of y'all on the screen, Mr. Washington, what I'm saying is,
Thank
you
you.
have paved the way.
Thank you,
Look who is
man.
following. That's what
Thank you,
I'm
man.
saying. That's why I'm
Thank you.
like, listen,
Thank
God's
you.
produced God. You understand? It's
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Our seeds are passed down, and I
yes,
mean, yeah.
yes. So, I keep saying it since the day you guys allowed me to have this mic. I keep saying it's our time, poet, because we speak truth.
It's
We
definitely our
speak about
time.
stuff folk don't want to talk about. You understand?
Yeah.
So, yo, we the boys,
You're right. You're right.
you
You're
know.
right.
So I
Wow.
commend both of you. Thank
Appreciate
you. Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you. Thank you. It's gonna
so
make me cry and shit.
oh,
Thank you.
don't
Thank
cry,
you.
don't cry. But I do
Thank
want
you,
them
man.
to hear you guys. I want you guys to, both of you guys, to say a poem, please. Whatever is on your heart to say, just share with us.
The old guy go first or the young guy? I'll go first. And I don't remember the words because I remembered it for a slam. So if I get crossed up, I'm just gonna leave it alone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like the water from the faucet that drips into the sink, we are systematically being murdered one by one. I wonder if that water is safe to drink. Drip, drip, like the blood of Jesus dripping from that old rugged cross. Drip, drip, like giving, like taking, life lost. Drip, drip, African remains buried at sea. Drip, drip, black blood dripping from southern trees. Drip, drip after the bang, bang, another black male gunned down by racist police. Drip, drip as the rain washes Native American blood off inner city streets. Drip, drip, a black mother cries. Drip, drip, her black baby dies. Drip, drip, a black man, a black father tries. A black father tries. Drip, drip into the river that flows no more. Like black history, that river stopped running a long time ago. They took black history out of our libraries and God out of our schools. Drip, drip, we ain't no fools. God didn't make us a color. He made us a people. Drip, drip was supposed to be the sound of the trickle down, but all it did was drip money from a rich man's right hand into the left hand. We is hungry again. That's the difference between a rich man and a poor man. Drip, drip. Drip, drip. Republicans say, don't worry, be happy. While the evolutionists say, a monkey's your pappy. You is ugly if your hair's nappy. Full lips, pug nose, curved legs, skinny toes. Ain't that the way that lie goes? Ain't that the way black history is told? Ain't that the way that river flows? Why they hate us so they don't even know. Drip, drip, Emmett Till. Drip, drip, Trayvon. Drip, drip, Sandra Bland. We are systematically being murdered one by one. And like the water from the faucet that drips into the sink, I wonder if that water is safe to drink. Drip, drip. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you got the sound effects.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. You know, I wrote that poem. I wrote that poem 20 years ago, but I was able to fill in and re-up it. And it's sad. Every time a tragic death, Sandra Bland was the last person I put in that poem. And like I said, it was just sad that I had to add her to a poem about that. But it's like water dripping. If you ever had a dripping sink, or bathroom sink or kitchen sink, it can drive you crazy trying to sleep at night with the drip drip. And that's what that poem was about. I felt like it was driving me crazy. I kept hearing drip drip of another black person, Eric, Michael. It was like water. Like I couldn't stop the faucet from dripping. And that drip was not water, it was the blood.
Right.
It was the blood, man.
Right.
You know? Yeah, so that's it. That's my little rant.
It is not a rant. It is truth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
It was,
Thank you.
Yeah,
and now we got Tyree.
I figure out which one I was gonna do. I don't know. If Def had a picture, it'll be Sandra Bland mixed with Tamala Mann. Take me to the king. Truth is, I'm tired of being stomped into the nightmare and suppressing the MLK dream. If Def had a picture, it'd be Trayvon Martin with a combo of Skittles and the milk carton. The bullets jumped joyfully through his body like fresh prints with carton. The dance of distorted rituals brushed under the rug for the sake of residuals. If Def had a picture, it'd be Michael Brown today, those two yellow lines on the ground. If his silent eyes to scream, it would scream loudly through the town. If Def had a picture, it'd be a curious George Floyd with my ancestors crying beneath the board. This is part of the visuals. If Def had a picture, it'd be the Birmingham bombing where 4 queen skins became sins for someone else's hateful sins, injecting them with silence like a violent virus from a syringe. If Def had a picture, it'd be Malcolm X on a day he was striving to give his best, but they ain't want that truth revealed, so they suppressed the forever rest. This is not a test. If Def had a picture, it'll be Freddie Gray on a gray, cloudy day, or the 9 that invited Def in that temple just to pray. If Def had a picture, it'd be Breonna Taylor, whose life was tailored to a war. It didn't cater to her truth. Bullets tight wrapped her like Emmett Till hanging from a noose. If Def had a picture, it reminds me that my skin has a target on a market that I didn't even buy into, that I was born into a war without even one pair of military boots. If Def had a picture, boys in white, still boys in white, just dressed in blue. If Def had a picture, it'd be educational systems educating the system how to send young black boys from the pipeline to school to prison. If Def was your picture, then would you listen? Because it has more reruns than your favorite TV show on TV so freely. If Def had a picture, in my strong opinion, which is close to a fact, it would be black.
Oh man, bravo, my brother, bravo, bravo.
Appreciate
Yes,
it.
Jeff had a picture. All right, now I
Oh,
gotta come back. I gotta come back. You got my juices flowing. You got my juices flowing. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna give you half of one, half of one. Every morning when I breathe, another black child is taken away from me. Every morning when I breathe, another black child is taken away from me. It's a black woman's lament written in cement. Every morning when I breathe, you know Jesus. You remember him? Every morning, do you remember Abraham Lincoln? Both of color. Do you remember what happened to them? Every morning when I breathe, do you remember Emmett, Martin, Malcolm, Megan? Every morning, do you remember Trayvon, Sandra, Brianna, Michael Brown? Every morning when I breathe, do you remember Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson.
Mm.
Do you remember Eric 11 times? Do you remember George? Do you remember George? Mama! Did Jesus really walk on water? Did he turn water into wine? Did he rise from the dead to save mankind? Did Abraham Lincoln free the slaves? Did he end slavery? No, wait. They changed the word slavery to the term minimum wage, telling my black ass that I'm still a slave. Marvin sang of inner city blues. Every morning when I breathe, it makes me want to holler, Mama, I can't breathe. Noted poet, writer, singer, Amy Leon, sang and recited burning in Birmingham. But I can only speak for me when I tell you, every morning when I breathe, it's burning in Brooklyn. Every morning when I breathe, it's burning in the Bronx. Every morning it's burning in Queens and Staten Island. Every morning when I breathe, it's burning in Harlem. It's a rage. Black folk killing black folk because of minimum wage. Every morning they kill a rose in Spanish Harlem. That rose is black in Spanish Harlem. We are that black rose in Spanish Harlem. Every morning when I breathe, another black child is taken away from me. A black woman's lament written in cement is where have all our children gone every morning. Yeah, man. Hey, yeah.
I thank God that you guys can not just write it, you can speak it, because I'm telling you, I can't let that pain in. It just
Every morning.
I said, here's my response.
Okay.
You see this clapback? It's really for no clapbacks, but in hopes you're burning your evil ways like you got the claps. Mad at my culture because we are original and you were born invisible and your vanilla is abstract. Mad because the only thing you're great at is your unseasoned blend, food bitter just like your intentions against a culture you want to come to an end. Fuck it. I chose violence in the situation. So take this Hadouken. When you say that you're elite, I question who are you again? It doesn't make you superior because you got sheetrock color for a skin. Damn. Call that hit strike, bowling pin. I do this with a Grinch grin. You paint your face as black, not because you're trying to be a racist, but because you're trying to give your skin color a facelift. God damn. That thought came to me in amazement. I just chose to fight with words, but it still slaughters like a rebellion that is Haitian. You shapeshift for your lust of the dollar that's Creflo Green, the government table full of Charlies, but your hair won't sheen. Your desire for superiority comes at the price of what you call minority, education, and youth life. Now tell me how that's right. You Charlies you Charlies are producing more angels like cop cams, manipulating angles. Pledge of allegiance is only the self, while everyone else it mentally becomes paraplegic, trying to turn a blind eye, sign eye, denying there's nothing one about this nation. Most are divided like pies on Thanksgiving, recline back in their sleep while the snores speak abbreviations. I'm sorry, but not because it's not meditation, but that reality medication. You mad because when you get wet, you smell like a wet bag of nickels, no plate. When we get wet, we smell like honeydew on grass mixed with maple syrup. That's grandma's Sunday stove shake. You mad because this skin don't crack nor break. Your bullets the only stars I see on a daily basis. Airdrop like an Apple playlist. Dead bodies get paparazzi like celebrities, and cops go back to their regular day shift. How many more bodies have to become crunch lemon heads before we run out of patience? Because I'm ready to kill an instinct, super combo, Wendy's 4 for $4, bury some saltines like I'm digging a basement. I strive to lay hits and they give dental plans for free and consultations for facelifts. I guess you can say these hands are racist. My third eye power with teacher will fall from graces. With that, did he say take that? So I'll say take this. Peace.
Wow. 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 I love that. Anything with black in it. You know, anything with black in it, I like it. So let me before the mic cool off. Yeah, you gotta let it. Yeah, we got to let it. Yeah.
That piece, I knew it, y'all. I said,
we gotta breathe.
I set this piece on fire.
We gotta breathe. So, Azar, I wanted to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is William Washington gonna have to cut a mother today? like Cuban slaves cut sugar cane? Like Zorro cut Z's on Caucasian cheeks? Like the teenage me cut math class in 1973? Like they cut me from the varsity basketball team for academically only averaging a D? Like my woman and my employer closed doors on me for only possessing a GED after she loved and they hired me? Is William Washington gonna have to cut a mother today because I wasn't able to help Harriet Tubman free the slaves? Because I didn't push Martin, Malcolm, and Medgar out of the way? Because I didn't walk Emmett to the store? Because I allowed Trayvon to run out the door? Because I didn't make sure that Sister Sandra Bland was able to give her attorney one last call? Because I didn't police-proof Breonna Taylor's front door? Because I wasn't the EMS tech who could have helped Eric and George breathe? Breathe. Please breathe. Is William Washington gonna have to cut a motherfucker today?
Somebody call the fire department.
Well, I don't know if William Washington is gonna have to cut a motherfucker today. But one thing I know, when I was born, I was molded and shaped in rebellion, so I was put here not to play. See, I'm ready to cut a motherfucker like we playing spades. White people, they cut with clubs and I come with the spade. See, I'm ready to get in this rebellion like a bootsy fade. That's high top. Change the page. Ever since I look back in the past, my soul and my spirit been filled with rage. I'm something like Trayvon, because I stay with hoodies. So every night I walk through the streets, I watch for cops that got on cop clothes, but in the dark, they wear hoodies. So how can I get away from these hoodies? I wonder. See, they realize they ain't got to hang me. They want to keep me blind, deaf, and dumb mentally, incarcerate me for more than a century. See, even before I got in the penitentiary, I was already in the penitentiary. A baby in the crib, reaching out to the depths of darkness, feeling pains in my rib, watching my mother be abused by a father that said he loved her, but he had to be manipulated. You know where that came from? When they took the black woman, cut open her womb, stepped on the baby's head because they wanted to kill the black man spirit. They wanted him to live dead. See, they was trying to kill the buck. You know that thing that have you sitting back like, damn, what the fuck? Before these trees became chandelier ornaments for dead bodies, they was fruits of life. But now when you look at trees, you're like, damn, their growth came with a price. We ain't talking about the prices right where you win money, but we was on Black Wall Street where they were making money. Funny. That wall was built to separate our black bodies from the white streets. So the only thing they got to deal with is the smell. And every day they're striving to rejuvenate their skin because every day they walk through a life of hell. See, they don't kill us because of the color of our skin. They kill us because of our intellect. They kill us because they no matter how much they strive to oppress, we still find ways to win. It's like, even though we're not cockroaches, we're something like cockroaches. You put down raid and we just keep coming back again and again. See, but here's the reality. What people don't realize. The white folks are only the offsprings of thoughts that we never lived. And even though you don't believe in abortion, sometimes you got to give death to them kids. I'm going to say this again. White people are only the thoughts that we never lived. And even though you don't believe in abortion, sometimes you got to give death to them kids. Peace.
Wow. Woo. You done said that, man. Please, you done said that. Listen. Do you know, we as a people, I'm just going to say that we as a people, we think like this sometimes when we go to church. We may not say it, but we feel it, that the blacker my God, the blacker I be. The blacker I be, the blacker my seed. The blacker the seed, the blacker the tree. The blacker my God, the bluer the sea. The blacker the night, the brighter the stars. The brighter the stars, the better I see. That black is not a color. Black is a people created by an all-encompassing Father who gave his only begotten Son to save mankind. A mankind scorned, lied on, talked about, enslaved, imprisoned, impoverished, that can only be saved in the final days when Jesus comes. Reciting, you so black could win you an Emmy. But living while black could be the beginning of our ending. The black of my God. I'm sorry. The blacker our God, the blacker we be. The blacker we be, the blacker our seed. The blacker our seed, the blacker our trees. The blacker our God, black like me. I'm so black, I'm beautiful. Now I think I'm finished. I forgot some of it, but that's all right.
It's
I had a screenshot because it's 555. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, listen, I had fun. I had fun out of nowhere. You see that? Oh, man.
Hey, listen, all I'm going to tell you this right here. I'm going to say this. Y'all can take this however you want to take it. For 15 years, I watched y'all die because y'all was out here while I was doing what I was doing. You know, doing my federal bid. And some of the things that I see that's coming in the future, all of us are on the correct path to do what we're supposed to be doing. And right now, everybody's struggling. Everybody going through it. Everybody trying to find work. Everybody trying to find a way to pay bills. And when there ain't nobody else there for you, always remember there's one person that you always can count on. And that's you.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You always
that right there. Yes. That
spoken
right
like A true elder. Boy, you're getting old overnight. You just got old. You just got 20 years older in 10 minutes.
Listen.
I'm 2 years shy of 40. I'll be turning 38 this year, so
Oh, man.
I'm climbing up there. But you know what?
That's a good
You know,
age.
people
Good
be
age.
ashamed to, you know, I met people to be ashamed to the age. I ain't ashamed because at the end of the day, the judge told me I wasn't gonna see 21. I'm about to be 38, so the joke's on him. You feel
Yeah. Yeah.
me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Straight
Amen.
up.
Amen. Amen, man. I kind of like my 64. I'm waiting for 65 now. I'm already on that 65 thing now. I'm waiting. So just to see how it feels. And I just want to thank you. I mean, this has been great, man. I didn't get to do anything about my black women, but I'll probably save that for Women's Month next month. But
Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Mr.
you know,
Washington,
yeah.
now I'm gonna hold you to
Oh
that.
no, no, that's what I live for
I'm going.
Black History
I'm
Month
looking.
and Women's Month.
I'm
That's
looking
my
for you.
time.
All
I'm.
right
I'm.
now.
I got you.
All right.
I got you. I got you. I got a whole lot of stuff for you black women. I got some
Mhm.
shit for you. You know,
Okay.
thank.
Hey
Uh-oh.
man, listen,
Wait.
before I get out of here though, listen.
Yes.
Next Sunday here in Greenville, South Carolina, it'll be the Wits End Poetry Slam competing for slots in the new slam team for Wits End Poetry out here in Greenville, South Carolina. And I'll be competing and everything like that. And then in March we got March. We got Slam Madness going on. So like you got March Madness going on, we got Slam Madness out here in Greenville. There's gonna be poets coming from all around. There's gonna be some money on the table. You're striving to get you some money. Come on through. There's also an artist convention that's going on in Greer, South Carolina. This just ain't an artist convention. You have people in the building from HBO. You have people in the building for Cinemax. They're looking for people like us to be the next individual in their upcoming TV shows. And I ain't just talking about supporting, extras. They're looking for lead actors. See, I ain't selfish. See, some people will get this information like, oh, I'm just keep that for myself and just get it up. No,
Mm-hmm.
because if I could see you win, guess what? When you win, you'll say, damn, I remember Azar put me on
Come
here.
on.
I got a little room. I got a little wiggle room. Let me reach and grab him because if it wasn't for him or her or whoever, I wouldn't have this information. So just know
Come on.
that they got this going on, and it's not just in Greenville. These things are going on around the world right now. Some of your
Mm-hmm.
most biggest channels are not looking for somebody who has 25 years of acting. They're looking for somebody who has feeling, somebody who
Got
can
you.
bring this life to existence. And who better than people like us?
Right.
Storytellers, man. Yeah. Well, Azar, if just now this last half an hour is a template or an example, you definitely gonna win that slam or come close to it.
I
Yeah,
mean, I've
you got my
I've been
vote.
striving for it.
You
Um,
got my vote.
I said this year. You know what? I'm gonna share this piece. This is one of my pieces that I'm gonna be spitting. Right. This is called Shattered History, and this is just me. I know that the only way I can get to a greater man, a greater legacy, is to face things that has traumatized me as a man from a childhood. So this is called Shattered History. I remember they told me, Azar, there's no way you'll be able to do this shit. As if I was a popsicle that disappears on a hot sunny day. As if I
Mm-hmm.
was stolen scripts from Shakespeare's lips and I was only doing this shit for play. I'm glad I never listened to that shit. They don't know how many nights I acrobat flip razors over my fingertips, contemplating it becoming violins on my wrist. They don't know how many times I called the empty boxes of gifts. No Christmas. Fuck. I remember throwing rocks that transformed the boulders and bricks that crashed mirrors to shatter fragments of unforgiving reflections. Traumatized times of fatherless projections, injecting myself with mental death like a syringe in a heroin that is taking their last breath. I used to bathe and wash myself down in death. Cried so many times. Tears created red drops of paint, creating a vivid picture of Shantae Moore. How in the fuck did you get here? Nose dive into an ocean of depression, and I wasn't even staying on the pier, but somehow I seemed to backstroke myself back to dry land, defeated giants like David, and master algorithm to a plan. Damn, here I am. The judge said I would die entombed in prison like a mummy. I won with no lawyer, no judge, so the joke's on you, dummy. But that still doesn't etch a sketch erase the created paranoia that I can get stabbed in the grocery store line. Damn, that's that flashback prison shit. Or the fact that some say their shoulders has one angel and one demon, where my shoulders is carrying the weight of the world and first draft picks demons. Or how am I supposed to rest peacefully at night? But instead, my body becomes overheated like a car with no water. Tremors run through my body like an earthquake in California. Probably can get indicted for how many times I applied abortion to my thoughts because I started to believe death was in the palm of my hands and around the corner. But imagine if I would have given up, allowed fear to be like kids in the middle of the street playing hopscotch or double dutch, repeated scenes of it jumping in and out of my life anytime, any place. In my mind, I experienced a slow drip from my wrist, the floor bathed in my blood, and the angel of death kissed me on her red lips, the slow fade of my existence like day to night skyline. In the end of movie credits, I paid for my sins with my life because I had no cash, and I felt my present had no credit. I can see the gray fog in my eyes, but then I realized true greatness comes after one dies. So here I rise. Peace.
Man, that was. Let me ask you something. Is that slam going to have time slots?
3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, that's a winner. That's a winner. And you know, you got to make sure you have another one just like that, because, you know, them ties, that's where a lot of slam artists mess up. They say, oh, 3 rounds, I'm going to have 3 poems. They don't realize that it could end in a tie. And then what you're going to do, you're going to stand there like, oh, shoot.
No,
you know,
we got to
so
battle this shit out. Ain't
yeah.
nobody, I ain't splitting money. We going to battle this out.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
We going head to head. Like,
I've seen some poets get to that tiebreaker and then they'd be like upset because they only practiced those 3 or 4 pieces that they was going to do. So yeah,
all right.
You know, I can do it.
One more, and I'm gonna get out of here. This is my follow-up. I challenge myself to write a piece with all P's. No in between words, all P's, but make sense. All right. Power precipitated precision, precisely preventing poor performance, packing prolific paradigm, pushing parables, pointing parallel, paintbrushes, painting Picasso pictures, pixelated provisions, picking pieces precariously, praying profusely, pounding panics, planet pandemic, pandering polar plights, platonically producing planks, procrastinated puppets, popular plummets, proficient plays, popcorn projects, prospects, poor pockets, popping, present proximity, people pimples, polluting populations, P-nouns, profusions, pilling professionalism, pitting parts, part-taking profound parks, profile, potent, plagiarized, puzzle paradoxes, piranha pain, paragraph, pages paralyzed, particles palmed, paste, placed, plucked, ployed, plots, pride, pledge, players, playoffs, plexus, peroxide, pyramids, pipe periodically, platoons, plasmatic, privates, platinums, pompous plurals, presently plastering, placated plantations, pulling promotions, pungently Popeye's pools, prove Ponzi plays, pork porn poles, perfidious perspectives, personifying permissionless parameters, petrifying perfectionism, pasted, preserved, piled pillows, pump pendulums, petition pinnacles, peddling percentages, pedigree peaked, periods perused, pendants peaked, preached, peppered, pebbles, penciled pennies, pocketed, pardoned, profited, protested positions, partially paid, persuaded pets, pickled pigs, pungent pleas, proclamated parliaments, polished, potent, patronism, patronized, partitioned particles, partnered pedestrians, probably pondering, probable probabilities.
Please forgive me for. I hope you do not get offended, but nigga.
Yo, man. Oh, man. Come on. I didn't I didn't know that many words start with a P. I'm sitting there amazed. I'm like,
Yo, I'm trying to. Hey, Azar, I'm trying to tell you, sweetheart, you a superstar. Do you
ooh,
understand?
yeah.
He a super. I'm just like,
Yo, hey,
you seen Brown Sugar, right?
Hmm.
The way I feel when I watch Brown Sugar is the way I felt just now hearing you speak. You
man,
got
hey, Azar, man, you messed up, bro. See, now those other slammers, they know now. See, you should have kept that one under the hat.
Guess what though? One thing for sure that a guy always taught me: when it's your time, it's your time, and it's no matter how many times
Yes,
they hear it. If it's your
yes,
time, then it's yours.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
man,
I'm not worried about
yeah,
that. I just love because I don't compete so much for the win. I compete
right.
because it's the love of what I do, and it's put me in spaces where I get more exposure.
That part,
You know what I'm saying?
that part.
Connects
That
me
part.
to other people because like the other what was that in Martin Luther King birthday? I had no clue that the local Fox News was going to be there, right?
Right.
End up
Wow.
being on a local Fox News. The next morning I woke up and I scratched my head and I said, damn, 20 years ago, I was on the news for crime. 20 years later, I'm on the news for changing time. So I ain't worrying about none of that. You feel me?
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because
And
they
I'm going to tell
told
you
me, just
something,
like they
Azar.
told
Ain't
you.
nobody gonna spit that like you did anyway.
Yo,
You see,
man. Yo, that was
can't
crazy.
nobody stop you, man. You already, we keep trying to go against the grain, right? In the
Mm-hmm.
past, we keep trying to go against the grain and do things that we already know in our heart is not what we supposed to be doing for ourselves. And when you start walking that crooked path, not that you heard I say crooked path, not straight path. When you start working that crooked path, because in order to build a true legacy, you got to go through twists and turns. You got to go through ups and downs and all that stuff, man. And we on the path, man. So you know what I mean?
Hey, man. Hey, ain't no argument here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can dig it. I can dig it, man. Wow, man.
No,
Appreciate y'all,
I
man.
got greatness all up on my screen hunting.
How many words was that though with the piece? Because I'm gonna go back and listen and try to count. That was
But
a
I
man.
didn't even finish it because my screen went to the 10%. But
Oh,
what I did was I would tell you what I did. Like I looked for certain P words that would make sense in connection.
right,
Because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just want
right.
to do a piece that was all P words. Because anybody can do a piece that's all P words,
Yeah,
but to do a piece where when you're putting those words together as a syllable or a vibration,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
when I said that part when I said Popeyes proved Ponzi, right? Remember when Popeyes chicken came out with the whole chicken sandwich, you know what I'm saying? It proved the whole
Mm-hmm.
Ponzi scheme.
Come on.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was making it sense, right? And then later on, like in that last little line, I said this right here. Um um where is it at? Proficient, I said proficient, plotted paranoia, program paternity, proficiently popsicle Peters patties, right? So that's only saying that these white folks were striving to freeze their eggs. You feel what I'm saying? And then I also said that they're police politically. And that was just saying the whole Roe versus the Wade. So I was finding ways to put those words together that it made sense and it still had a
Sense.
narrative. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yes,
but I don't know
yes.
how many P words it is. If you look at the screen, this is the
Woo,
screen. These are all P words. These are all P
woo.
Wow.
words.
Wow.
So that's all
I
P.
would definitely need my glasses for that. Woo, man.
All I
That
know is you got that baby.
Yeah,
You know what
that
I'm
and
Yeah.
saying?
chapstick, because I know I get stuck like succotash.
So,
I know I would. So I gotta
and thank
I
you.
gotta.
Wait. Hold on. And thank you for doing it on my show. Yo.
No doubt.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
Yes,
uh,
man. That was amazing. That was amazing, man.
So man, listen,
It was
man,
amazing.
I want to see y'all. I mean, I had a chance to meet you when you was here because I was doing. I don't know what the hell I was. I think I was in Atlanta. I don't remember.
Right,
But
right, right.
I strive to meet everybody that I've met on screen, because it's one thing to connect on screen, but it's a whole nother ball and arena when you meet in person.
Yes,
And
in
so
person.
just know the tornadoes gonna
Hey,
drop down.
hey, man, listen, the Graybeards will be back, but I solo, singularly, I sent my bio and stuff to the lady
Hmm.
that hosts the show. I forget her
Kendra,
name, with the red hair.
Kendra,
No, the lady with the red hair. No, the white one with the red hair. She's a dope poet.
white,
What's her name?
the white woman with the red hair.
She's always on the stage when y'all performing at the underground,
White woman.
Coffee Underground.
Oh, you talking about Kimberly?
Yeah, Kimberly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I sent
Yeah,
my bio and stuff in.
she's the owner of Wits End Poetry. So
Oh,
it's one of the
okay.
longest. It's one of the longest running poetry entities here in South Carolina. And let me tell you something. Now, when I say a woman be on it, she probably she probably got like 30 pages that she promotes Wits End
Yeah,
Poetry on
yeah, I
in the
seen it.
Carolina Poets. And so it's definitely an honor for me to come out here. I've been out here going on my third year, and to be involved with, people like Moody Black and Dove Dupree and Black Phoenix and Shay Black. These people are slam champions, individualists and team slam winners. You know what I'm saying? So um, I remember coming out here, man. I was not welcome too much, because they didn't know who I was. But when you stay
Right.
consistent in what you do,
Yeah. All right,
it
man. Listen,
unfolds.
I'm gonna stay on Kimberly because I ain't playing. When I come out there, I'm gonna have something for you. I ain't gotta worry about doing no romantic stuff. I can do
You can do
me.
whatever.
When I come out there
You
about, on my own.
can do
So
whatever,
yeah,
man.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I send it to her. I'm gonna make sure she knows it's me too. I'm gonna keep hitting her up and poking at her. So, but I'm from South Carolina. That's my family. That's where all my roots
I
are.
already know. I can hear the Geechee in your voice.
Yeah, Georgetown, South Carolina.
You from
So,
Georgetown? My
yeah.
stepdaddy is from Dunbar.
Wow, see that? My family always on Emmanuel Street.
Yeah.
That's close to that paper mill that used to be out there. I don't know if it's still there,
So yeah, the
but
paper mill still. So the paper mill is on the way, like going towards Charleston. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
paper mill is
That's me,
still
man. That's
there.
us.
Yeah, the paper mill's still there. Shit, Georgetown ain't changed too much, bro.
I
It's
know,
still the same.
I
It's,
know, I know,
it's still
I
country
know.
folks and but one
Them
thing, if
Gullas,
y'all have
that's the
never been to
Gullas.
Georgetown, South Carolina, if you ever go and
Woo,
you know somebody, you're gonna eat good and you're gonna feel love. That's
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Hey, my uncle told me first time I went out there. My uncle said, "Go get breakfast." I'm thinking about getting dressed and going to McDonald's.
Mm-mm,
He said, "No, go in the back."
mm-mm.
I went in the back, man, and see them live chicken. Talking about get them eggs. I said, "You out of your mind?" I ran
Hmm.
out that house, man.
My
Man, I
granddaddy
was so
had,
scared.
I think he had like
I was
five
so
or six
scared.
cows.
Ooh, man, listen. They even had a what was that a moose? I think they even had a moose and stuff. I was like, oh hell no. I said no. I called my ride. I said, come get me.
Mm-mm-mm.
Love that.
Well, Lavina, see, I told you you was gonna have a show. You had a show. It's
Yes.
about, if I can give you anything as a host. When I started doing this, man, it wasn't nobody on my live, nobody,
Mhm.
and I was sick. But in that moment, I was like, you know what? But shit, I ain't really just doing this for anybody. I'm doing this for me too. So when I'm on the screen talking and I'm doing my poetry, I'm also talking to myself to encourage myself to continue. So regardless if your feature shows up, regardless of what, you have to find that energy to say, I'm still going to do this show, and those that are meant to be here, they're going to show up and they're going to bless me with their presence. And if not, I'm still going to have a great time by myself.
Got you.
Amen.
For
Thank
real.
you.
Amen.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling
Amen.
you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
I lost 44,000 followers on TikTok, and I was ready to give up. And if it wasn't for individuals like y'all that was hitting me in my inbox, like, yo, bro, nah, keep going. And for me not to
Yeah.
give you that, then would it be wrong of me? I'm just telling you to keep going like somebody told me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad you didn't give up, baby. You got too much to give up.
I know one thing. He got a whole lot of peas to give. You know what I'm saying? Anybody need some peas?
Y'all
If
need
y'all
some
need,
peas?
if y'all need some peas with that mashed potato, he got the peas and the gravy. So come on, man.
Baby,
Yes. Yes.
listen.
Man.
I'm trying
Awesome.
to
That
tell
was awesome.
you, going listen. We're gonna
That
see
was
him.
awesome.
Whoo, big lights.
I
Yes.
believe so. I believe so, man. You know, and sometimes it's not even what you do; it's who hears you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you could just be doing a piece that you say, let me just do this little piece, but you don't know who's in that audience. You know,
Yeah.
and that's how I got a lot of my blessings from somebody in the audience, not the people who I was coming in to perform for. It was somebody who heard me in the audience. So,
Right.
you know, hey, there I go with my big old face. Oh, there I go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Lavina, I'll tell you
Oh.
that metformin, that medicine for my diabetes, my type 2,
Mm-hmm.
man, that thing took so much weight off me so fast
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't even notice it. When I went back I was sick at 265 pounds. I was doing my
Wow.
show when I told. But when I went back to the hospital 3 months later, because they do it every 3 months to check to see that, I was down from 260 to 197. And like
Wow.
that, didn't even know. I just thought it was summertime, so I'm sweating. I didn't know all that body fluid, all that sugar was coming out of me. And
Right.
so I'm down to 158 pounds. I couldn't
You
believe it.
look good.
Well, yeah, well, I hope I don't get no more skinnier, but no,
No.
I think it leveled off because I've been 160 now and I've been eating for the holidays 160, 158. So I think the medicine's finally leveled off. It's not doing what it initially did. So
Yeah.
they're thinking about taking me off if I can keep that other number going down, my A1C going down. I was at
Right.
5.7 my last point, you know, because I went in the hospital at like 14 point something. I mean, I was blind. I couldn't even see.
Wow.
Yeah, it took my vision away. You know, that's the fluid behind the eyes. When you get diabetes, that's how I knew I had diabetes. I was walking and one day I just couldn't see. And
Oh my
so
God.
but now my A1C is down to 5.8. So if I can get it down to like 5.1 or in the fours, they'll take me off that metformin and I just keep my regular diet now that I've been on. So I got my fingers crossed, you know, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's a
We're gonna
wonderful
do it.
thing. Man.
I'm
Oh man,
glad that
please,
you
it's a wonderful thing. They was calling me Slim in Atlanta. I say, I'm looking around, I say, who the hell are they talking to? Oh, that's me. Okay, yeah, yeah, man.
that's
I'm slim now.
good.
That's what they say.
I'm
Yeah, man. So
really
it's great.
happy for you. You
Oh,
look good. You
thank you. I'm
sound good.
trying, man. I'm trying, man. You know, I'm trying, man. Y'all got me. I just woke up, so I said, Lavina, her show. I was like, oh man, you know. So yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, well,
I'm just glad I'm here for you.
we gonna have to get you on here again now.
Well, hey, if I can ask anytime in March, because that's my thing, you know. Hey, February too, Black History. I only, but March is really nice for me because I like to talk to the ladies with some of them poems that I didn't get to do yet. They clean. Don't
Mm-hmm.
worry, they clean. They clean.
Well,
But
you know what I'm
empowerment
gonna do?
pieces. Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have two shows. I'm gonna look at the schedule and send you a date, and I'll just have you come on at 6. So I'll finish with the 5 o'clock, and then bring you in at 6. So
I'm
we won't have to stop. I don't want
okay.
to bring you in before because
Okay.
you have a lot of material. You like to talk, and I like to talk to you and hear from you. So I'm gonna
Thank you.
bring you in on a Sunday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So I have two.
That's cool. That's
Okay.
cool. I'm good. Good, man. I'm good. Thank you so much. I don't
Thank
know.
you,
Should I
Mr.
hang?
Washington.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I say, should I hang up or you'll hang up? I don't know how we're gonna do this.
I want you to hang up because I don't want to lose this. I want to save it. I
Okay.
want to
Okay.
post it.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
you
I see.
two are awesome. Both
Yeah.
of you guys are
Thank you.
super
Thank you.
spectacular. My God, I so
Thank you,
enjoyed
man.
it.
Tell that young guy I took it easy on him because after he did that pee poem, I was like, okay, it ain't no sense trying to even top that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'll get him next time. I'll get him next time. I'll get him next time. Yes,
Because
thank you. Thank you.
he
All
put
right.
them peas to work.
That's right.
Whew.
Bye-bye. Take care. Happy belated New Year. New Year to you and your family. All right? Take care now.
God bless you.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
we do the same. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, coming at you with the great Azar King and the great Mr. William Washington of One on Poetry. Honey, they set this piece on fire. Woo, woo. It didn't want to go, but it's got that, honey. Yes, both of them. I'm like, sound the alarm. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Azar King. Thank you, Mr. William Washington. And Mr. William Washington will be back in March at 6 p.m. on Sunday. So you guys look for the flyer. This has been super fantastic. You see, I'm all excited. I appreciate them coming in and blessing me the way that they did and blessing you guys. All I can say is I love them. I love you guys, and I love doing this. Thank you, and thank you. Talk to you later, guys. Good night.